So, BOBI WINE, in his rallies, he keeps mentioning President MUSEVENI's name all the time. Disrespectfully. And there is no single day we have had President Museveni mentioning his name disrespectfully, like no single day. So I want you guys to look at how a leader is supposed to be, how a leader is supposed to act.
There are some people who have opinions that need to be demystified, especially in this 21st century. When I say an opinion online, it's my duty to demystify it, to tell out the lies. Because first of all, the social media brought us a platform to engage ourselves. In fact, social media is like a lake. You decide what you get. Some get salt, some get fish, some get water, some get sand. So it's upon you on what you get on social media. I saw one of the ladies, smart, with very good makeup. He came out and made an opinion which I want to debunk in this video. Because when I see such people who, by the way, should come out and fight for a country, who should come out to have an opinion on how a country should be run, coming out to make divergent views because you are getting something small from the regime, it's our duty to come out and tell you. In fact, let me first play with the tape. Pay a lot of attention because it's going to form a basis of our discussion. Here's the tape.
I want to greet you guys from wherever you are. You see, we are in a period of campaigns, and so many things are done. Lots of presidential candidates are rallying, are campaigning. We see the campaign trails, how everything is. I support President Museveni. And of course, I have a reason why. As a daughter of a soldier. But I want to understand what exactly, because this is what BOBI WINE does, by the way. I have analyzed, I have watched and heard whatever he says, whatever he preaches or talks about, the promises he gives his people, his followers, and whew, I'm like, okay. You see, as a daughter from northern Uganda, I practically know what BOBI WINE can do and what he cannot do. And there are things he can do. There are things he cannot do that the president has done. So, BOBI WINE, in his rallies, he keeps mentioning President Museveni's name all the time. Disrespectfully. And there is no single day we have had President Museveni mentioning his name disrespectfully, like no single day. So I want you guys to look at how a leader is supposed to be, how a leader is supposed to act. This is what BOBI WINE does. BOBI WINE is going to send his boys, or is going to go himself, do research about a particular place, a district, and then he's going to know what happens there. So what he's going to do is going to know the problems of people, what people go through. And that is going to be his point of contact. Now, one thing I want to tell you people.
So, let me first cut you out. One, we've all ever run a campaign even in school. One of the qualities of a good leader is to identify problems, find a point of contact for you to be elected, and find solutions. So if you're blaming him to go in a certain region, finding out their problems and making them point of contact while giving out solutions, then you are even wrong. For me to hear that you are even a daughter of a soldier, there is no daughter of a soldier who can come out and support the regime, because soldiers are amongst the most poorly paid. In fact, let me first give you some cane. That is your cane. Not until in 2021, where BOBI WINE, when he was leading a campaign, he came out to say that soldiers are going to be given a minimum of 1 million. I remember the spokesperson of the CID came out to say that it's impossible. The police spokesperson, Felix Kwaije, came out to say that it's impossible. After General Museveni swearing in, he was among the first person to increase salaries of generals only, with a pipeline of increasing the salary soldiers, courtesy of what BOBI WINE said. When you come out to say that you know things Bobi Wine can do and what he cannot do, you are just giving yourself a self-importance as if you know him very more, as if you are God. Secondly, when you come out to say that there are some things General MUSEVENI can do, Bobi Wine can't do, and vice versa, you are right. Every person has different capabilities. It's the reason as why in very many democracies, a person is given 2 terms so that you do what you can do and get another person to do what you couldn't do. It's our duty to bring sanity in our country. So when I hear a daughter of the soldier speaking like this, I break down and cry, most especially after 40 years. 40 years. And you still expect the regime to go on? Let's continue. I'm going to continue demystifying. Okay?
It's that we need to respect the president. Yes, we know he's old, he's supposed to retire, but he can still stand and we shall support him. And we have our various reasons why we're still going to support him. So, Bobi Wine having a lot of people rallying behind him or all that is because he thinks he's a youth, and yet he's not a youth, because he's still vibrant. Yes, okay. But what that guy has mastered is knowing the pain, is knowing the problems people go through and uses it to make sure they rally behind him. I said, he will go to a district like in northern Uganda. We are still healing from wars and all that, 20 years past wars and all that kind of stuff. In every district, in every country, in every nation, there are problems that people go through. Even if you're God, you cannot finish everyone's problems. That's why people end the same. So what Bobi Wine is going to do is going to be like, okay, in this region, people are suffering, you know? So I'm going to talk about that suffering. He himself cannot finish that.
Let me also cut you again. First of all, you know, NRM has propagandists who come out to say that there is in every nation there are problems that you cannot finish. My brother, a leader must show deliverables. A leader must be able, because I agree that problems cannot end, but you must reduce the problems and make things better. The reason as to why even we fight hard as we grow up is to be better than our parents. Not that our parents are bad, to be better than our parents so that our kids can be better than us. Problems must be solved. Things are supposed to be made better indefinitely. So they bring out a propaganda that problems will never end. People will not bring money in your pockets, etc., etc. If you fail to bring money in my pocket, then leave for a person who has promised me to bring money in my pocket, however small it is. So that is the propaganda they normally use on people who don't understand politics. Most especially those who come out to speak good English, who have done very good makeup like this lady, who is supposed to be there to understand where the country goes. We are at the juncture where constitution is not working. You are coming out to say that Bobi Wine disrespect the president, not knowing the background. Do you know that his house has ever been bombed? You want him to come out and speak great about Museveni? Do you know that in Arua they put machine guns in the hotel room? Do you know that he has lost close friends to gunshot wounds? Some knocked. Do you know that as we speak right now, 230 people of his team are in jail? And you come here that he speaks about General MUSEVENI disrespectfully. The things that bring the disrespect is the abilities of the bad manners of the leader. What he does doesn't follow the constitution. Who has a son who's the CDF who comes out to politique, yet you don't come out to speak about that? You are the problem of the country, who never speak out when things are going south. And thinking that the monster is eating your neighbor, but after it will finish, your neighbor to come for you. And it's a matter of time, will come out and make another video speaking on how NRM has betrayed you, or NRM is stepping on your neck. Maybe you've not gotten the turn. Let's continue.
Ask. From the time Bobi Wine started contesting as a presidential candidate, what has he done for his people? Because we need to be exemplary, isn't it? What has he done for his people? Like, has he created any change in even the area that he comes from? What change is there for us to talk, to be like, okay, this man, if it's change, we need him. We have seen sons and daughters who have lost their lives. What does it do? We don't even appear in the hospitals, but when these people die, it's going to go with some foodstuffs and other kind of stuff, and then in the same place, going to preach that it is Museveni who has done all that kind of crap.
NRM propagandist. Sometimes I even get headache when I'm trying to rectify these issues. So this young woman is coming out to say that the people who are jailed is because of BOBI WINE. That the people who have been killed is because of BOBI WINE who just go on their funerals. First of all, first ask yourselves, who killed these people? What is the reason of their killing? Till now, there is Chibalama who has never been seen. They abducted him. We don't know his grave, where it is. And you are coming out to say, to put the blame on BOBI WINE. What did BOBI WINE do unconsciously that warranted the killing of those people? These are the propagandists who come out to say, whenever Museveni comes out on the streets to shoot people, they'll bring these propagandists to tell you that it's BOBI WINE who's making the killing of these people. Under our constitution, protest allowed. You are asking a person who does not have even a mandate, who doesn't even collect your taxes, that what has he done to his community? By the way, even if you pose that question, that what has he done, even when he was in the milk industry, he had a foundation caring at Uganda, even before the politics, to help to end teen pregnancy, to give them sanitary towels and women who have given birth. He was had a foundation to lift the greater youth. He brought a talent to bring out other artists. There are very many artists in the industry who are earning because of BOBI WINE. When he was an MP, he was among the best performing, top 50. Have I answered you? The good thing, BOBI WINE's life has been on the internet. You can just go and Google even before internet politics, what did he do? He has given jobs to different people. He has a beach employing people. But of course, they paint a propaganda asking service from a person who does not even collect their taxes to show that he has done nothing. Let's continue.
You see, when someone gets to know your problem and they hit that point, you'll be like, oh my God, Agenda Chimala, this guy is going to finish that problem. That is why when you go to churches and pastors like tell you, as Ona Kuloga, someone is doing this and it rhymes with the problem that you're going through, you will think it's true. I want to tell you people, handling a nation, ruling a nation, not water. And when you're going to rally, like, focus on your what? On what your agenda. But Chimu video of mentioned President Museveni. Like, you're insulting this man, you're abusing this man. I'm like, okay, your followers, like, I'm talking to BOBI WINE's followers, like, how do you see your president do this? Like, I believe you have advisors, like the president does. Don't they advise you? Like, why can't you go and just rally, do your stuff without mentioning the president, without disrespecting him and his family? I pity certain kinds of people. All you do is know people's problems and then use it like to touch their hearts. What is going and telling people that policemen that in this regime, when I become president, your salary is gonna increase? Are they complaining? Are the police complaining? Because if they're complaining, they can retire, they can leave work, they can do something. Why are they not complaining? And people should know that by the time someone becomes a soldier, a police officer, they are not forced. These people go for training. They are doing what they love. So why is it a point of contact?
So that is the woman who came out to say that is a daughter of a soldier. In fact, I think your father must be shaking the grave. Policemen continue complaining. They sleep in unipods, met with their children. Some of them, because of the etiquette and the dictatorship, cannot come out to speak. Recently, one of the prison warders came out to speak. You don't know what you are speaking. It took BOBI WINE's speech for the president to increase part of the salaries. Don't you think it's a problem? And you call yourself a daughter of a soldier? Do you think your father, if he wakes up now, he can be happy when the things they fought for are the things that are being abused? So these are either he does it not knowing, or you are paid to do that. There is no sane Ugandan who can continue supporting the regime which abducts people, kills people. The poverty index is at its highest, and we are sliding into a failed nation because of the poor population. We don't have institutions to fertilize our transition, and we are keeping a deaf ear. Shame on you if you are a daughter of a soldier. Please change. That's, of course, that's my opinion. Many yours truly, Mr. Makinde, Kabir Sulaiman Mawagali, the next MP for Makinde's constituency. I'll see you on